warm welcome to an all-new series on podcast Azim Premji University. From Rudyard to Ruskin is a journey into the beautiful and evocative world of flora and fauna around us. And we will explore this world through books on nature. My name is Aditi, and I'm delighted to bring you these countless stories captured in verse, prose, and illustrations. So, we are on the 4th episode of this series. And so far, we have talked about different features of the natural world: seeds, leaves, even the social network of forests. Let's do something different today. Let's talk about an animal, a really unique mammal. The book I've chosen for this episode is called Po Tricks His Foe. I repeat, Po Tricks His Foe. It is a children's book by Sharmila Deo and illustrated by Nilofer Wadia. Now, who and what is Po? Po is a pangolin who is out and about in the jungle in search of food. Now, pangolins are often mistaken for reptiles because of their scaly skin. These distinctive scales help this little mammal escape the clutches of predators. Pangolins are also known as ant-eaters. Simple, because they love feasting on ants. And their really long and sticky tongue, when extended, is even longer than their own body. Now, the tongue helps the pangolins gather the two main ingredients they need for a hearty meal. 1. Ants. 2. Termites. There are 8 kinds of pangolins in the world. The 2 found in India are the Indian pangolin and the Chinese pangolin. Pangolins are mostly nocturnal in nature. They like to burrow underground, but some are very happy living on trees. Now, coming back to Po the pangolin, the protagonist of this story, who has set out for dinner. Now, on his way across the jungle, Po meets many jungle residents, and they all mock him for his rather strange appearance. The owl, who is another creature of the night, is mocking Po for not having soft, shiny feathers. The pompous peacock is laughing at Po's scaly tail. The venomous cobra pokes fun at his hard scales, and the jackal mocks Po for not having sharp teeth. But Po doesn't care about the body shaming. He's only focused on his food. So he ignores their barbs and keeps moving, and he finally comes across a termite hill. Now, in the eyes of a pangolin, a termite hill is food paradise. So imagine Po's delight. He's ready to dig in, but he also wants to have a bit of fun. So, instead of breaking the hill with his claws, he decides to test how far his tongue would go inside the hill. So, he sticks it inside the hole at the top of the hill and tries to reach his food. But it doesn't work. So, he decides to push his long, cone-shaped snout inside. Voila! He finally reaches the termites. He eats to his heart's content and tries to move his snout back to the top. But no, this ain't an easy night for Po. He realizes his head is stuck in the hole. He pulls and pulls, but his head remains stuck. Just when he begins to panic, Po remembers his mother's words of advice. Always think calmly when in trouble. Po then manages to claw his way out of the termite hill. Wow! So can Po go home now? Not yet. Because now he's standing face to face with a leopard. Just as the leopard is about to pounce on Po, he curls up into a round scaly ball. This confuses the big cat, and he tries to dig his teeth into the ball-shaped paw. The leopard kicks and paws at the ball, but paw does not uncurl. When the leopard brings his face near paw, paw squirts out a stinking liquid in defense. The tired leopard finally abandons mission paw and leaves in disgust. All the other animals, birds and reptiles who were watching paw are now mighty impressed. The peacock and the cobra are now envious of paw's hard, shiny scales. But paw doesn't pay them any attention. He just goes off for some more food. Though Paw's story ends on a happy note, many pangolins out in the wild are not as lucky. The grim truth is that pangolins are one of the most trafficked mammals in the world. People hunt them for their scales and meat, and their numbers have dwindled over the decades for this reason. The very scales that pangolins use to fight predators have made them a commodity in the hands of human beings, perhaps the biggest predator on earth. We have come to the end of this episode of From Rudyard to Ruskin. We are a part of the podcast Azim Premji University. You can find us on multiple platforms: SoundCloud, YouTube, Spotify, and others. To know more about Azim Premji University, follow the link below.